Hello everyone, my name is Francisco Rios and welcome back to another video. Can we get 5 likes and turn on the notifications to see if I make another video? Yeah. This is embarrassing things we've done as kids. By Planet Dolan. Check out their channel. They make good content.
Dolan.
From making poop art to getting locked in a clothing store, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from a subreddit about the most embarrassing things you did as kids. I'm Melissa, and today I'll be your narrator. Number 10 was submitted by Anonymous Kid 12. I know it's hard to believe, but Pringle wasn't always a superstar with the ladies. When he was a kid, his cousin brought over the new Princess Jasmine doll from the movie Aladdin. Well, Pringle had gotten really curious about girls.
Believe me or not, I've never seen Aladdin.
So, he took the doll into his room in secret. He turned off the lights, got into his bed, and started kissing Jasmine's plastic lips. Pringle's mom opened the door without him realizing and took a photo of his shameful secret. She printed out multiple copies and likes to pull them out at family gatherings. Number 9 was submitted by Hiska34. When Dolan was 8 years old, he liked to play outside with the other kids in the neighborhood. One day, he was having so much fun that he stayed out past his curfew. An hour or so later, Dolan's mom heard a knock at the door. She opened it and saw a neighbor standing there with her son standing sheepishly behind him. The neighbor told her that he had just caught Dolan peeing on his fence. Unfortunately,
I've done that before, but at Brekkie. So I've done that, like, beside a tree, and one of the art duties caught me, and yeah.
this neighbor was the only African American in the entire neighborhood, so it looked really bad. Dolan meant nothing by it. He just really needed to go.
It's true. I'll pee anywhere.
The neighbor was a great sport about it,
Then you went to my house.
but Dolan's mom was still really embarrassed. Number 8 was submitted by Frufer. Nixium was a very strange child. One time, he was in the bathroom taking a giant dump. He was just about to flush it when suddenly, he had what he thought was a great idea. He stopped, walked over to the sink, and looked at himself in the mirror for a few moments before doing the worst thing imaginable. He grabbed his toothbrush, skipped over to the toilet, and carefully pressed the bristles of his brush into his fresh shit. I guess he wanted to make some surreal art? He wasn't done yet. Nixium then took it 10 steps too far when he went over to the sink and began brushing his teeth with the shitty toothbrush.
Why?
Within seconds, he was heaving and belching over the sink. His mom heard and came in to find him crying hysterically with the dirty brush in his hand and his unflushed masterpiece in the bowl. That is disgusting. Number 7 was submitted by Ducky. When Slapped Ham was in 5th grade, he noticed this strange lump appearing on his throat. When he asked his mom what it was, she said he was getting into puberty. Slapped Ham didn't quite know what this meant, but he felt proud of this achievement and told all his friends about it. At Slapped Ham school, every Monday began with students sitting in a circle sharing something that had happened to them over the weekend. Well, of course, Slapped Ham raised his hand and proudly announced,
I got into puberty.
Slapped Ham's classmates stared at him, and his teacher was totally speechless. To make matters worse, Slapped Ham's dad worked at the school, and all through the week, students went up to him to make jokes and congratulate him on his son getting into puberty. It was a pretty awkward week for Slapped Ham and his family. Number 6 was submitted by Yellow Eyes Fear Eater. When Doopy was 10 or 11, she went to a summer camp for scouts. It was a really hot summer, so she and her cabin mates decided to sleep in just their bras and shorts. One of the camp rules was that if you went to the bathroom at night, you had to take a buddy. So, one night, the whole cabin of 4 decided to go together. Since it wasn't that hot, they didn't bother putting their shirts on. They figured they would easily make it to the toilets and back without getting caught. Well, they finished and were getting ready to go back to the cabin when someone knocked on the bathroom door. Doopy and her friends huddled together in their bras and tried to stay quiet. They ended up hiding there for an embarrassing 15 minutes. And when the coast was clear, they made a break for their cabin. For the rest of the summer, they made sure to wear t-shirts whenever they went to the bathroom. Number 5 was submitted by Sparklin' Spooky. When
They got lucky.
Emoji was little, he had the habit of picking his nose and putting the mucus in his mouth. Gross. Somehow, he enjoyed the taste. He usually did this gross habit in private, but one day he zoned out and started doing it in the middle of his cousin's birthday party. Emoji's uncle was filming everything that day, and just so happened to catch Emoji digging for gold. He even zoomed in to get a close-up shot of the action. Emoji's family likes to pull this footage out at family gatherings to embarrass him. Poor Emoji. Number 4 was submitted by Suck My Radkey. When Hellbent was in 8th grade, he went through a bit of a rebellious phase. His teacher hated him because he was always answering back and being a smartass. One day, a substitute teacher came in instead of the regular teacher. It turned out, the regular teacher was going to be away for a while. She came in at the end of the day to grab her things and say goodbye to the class. Hellbent noticed his classmates looked really sad and were giving their teacher lots of hugs. He didn't get what the big deal was, so as she was heading out the door, he called out,
Bye! Don't fall in a hole!
His teacher stopped, put her head down slowly, and walked away. When he turned back, his classmates were staring at him and their jaws dropped. Hellbent asked what was going on, and the kid sitting across from him said,
Oh my fucking god. What is wrong with you?
It turned out, Hellbent's teacher had just lost her father and was going to his funeral. So the last words she heard from her beloved students were, Don't fall in a hole. Ouch. Number 3 was submitted by Joe Pesci.
Oh my god.
When Honeybits was little, she liked hiding in clothing store racks whenever her mom took her shopping. Her mom would either come in and find her, or Honeybits would come out when she got bored. It was a game they played. But one time, Honeybits found a really good hiding spot and decided to stay hidden until her mom found her. Unfortunately, Honeybits didn't realize that the entire store happened to be closing. The staff locked the doors and Honeybits came very close to spending the night locked in. Her mom was hysterical and told the store's workers that she'd lost her daughter during a game of hide and seek. The whole staff had to stay back and search for her. They eventually found her, and Honeybits and her mom left the store very embarrassed. Honeybits received a long scolding on the car ride home. Number 2 was submitted by Genevieve Angel, 1990.
Angel is someone in my class.
9. When Snoopy and Gooby were little, they played a rough game of tag at their grandma's house. Snoopy was chasing Gooby around a big ash tree. They were laughing and having lots of fun, until a distracted Gooby went face first into the tree. She went off wailing to the kitchen where her mother and grandma were having tea and muffins. When Gooby told her Nana what happened, Nana put her on her lap and gave her lots of cuddles, muffins, and sweets. Snoopy wouldn't have minded this, except Gooby then turned around and grinned at her. This made Snoopy really jealous, so she hatched a crazy plan. She went over to the big dresser in her room, grabbed onto the ledge, and with all her strength, banged her head against the dresser. Her vision went weird, and she saw stars. She then stumbled over to Nana and said, Oh, Nana, my head hurts! Instead of telling Snoopy off for injuring herself, Nana sat her down on her lap and gave her treats as well. Snoopy tried this tactic a few more times, but it never worked again. She deliberately fell out of a tree because she was jealous of her sister and wanted attention. When she thinks back on this behavior, she's very embarrassed. And for number 1, I'm going to tell you about something that I did when I was a kid that was very embarrassing. When I was 4 years old, I tried hot chocolate for the first time. Never having had a hot beverage before, I burnt my tongue. Never having burnt my tongue before.
That's happened to me. I've burnt my tongue while drinking hot chocolate.
I thought I was allergic to it. 3 years later, at a friend's birthday party, my friend's mom was buying us all hot chocolate. I told her, thank you, but I can't drink it since I have an allergy. She laughed, and so did everyone else. Of course, this hilarious news made its way back to my family, and they still tease me about it to this day. Huge thanks for all the folks over on our Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What's the weirdest dream you've ever had? Let us know on the Reddit page link below.
The weirdest dream that I've ever had? It's super weird. Should say it? Just because I want to. Okay, so. Okay, just wait. I want to tell them something. So, once I've had a dream where, like, there was like this UFO where like it was like destroying a bunch of states into little pieces, and I had to survive for 1 hour, and everything was getting destroyed and stuff. And then I had to touch like this like orb, and then everything would restore. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.